Welcome back to Oracle TV. I am joined here by Bram Couwberghs. He is the Vice President of Defense for Oracle EMEA. Welcome. You know, we're here in Belgium. It's really hot outside. You're from here, so I'm asking you to explain. Why is it so hot?
Well, first of all, it's because of the good vibes and the dynamics in the room, I think.
Hot in a good way.
Hot in a good way. And second, temperature is really high. It's exceptional for Belgium this time of the year.
Okay, well, I got a little sunshine yesterday. That's okay. Well, we want to talk about data. You had a panel today on data-centric warfare. And I feel like, using data in the battle space has always been a thing. What's changed in today's defense arena that makes a data-centric warfare, something new, something fresh, something vital?
Well, that's an excellent question. And the question is extremely relevant and accurate today. Because if we speak about warfare about 5 years ago, even to before 2020, we were fighting and operating in a whole different system. We were fighting slow. That means we had time to make decisions. We had 24, 72 hours to analyze targets, to collect all the data, to make sure that we have the right weapon systems, whatever needed to reach operational effects. So we had time. The second big change is that before 2020, we were mostly fighting or in operations against insurgents, and now we are in peer-to-peer conflicts with adversaries who are really high-tech, sometimes even superior to what we do. So as a consequence, for example, well before the air and the space domain was uncontested, our F6 teams were masters of the air. That completely changed. And now with drones, with adversaries, that's not a fact anymore. And also our command and control systems are not invulnerable anymore like before 2020. So we are facing now a lot of complexity, which is quite recent and new, which we see from Ukraine, which we see in Iran, which we see all over the world in conflicts. And the biggest change and the biggest reason for that change is really the importance of data. So while data was there, like you correctly says already, like for many, many decades, which was used as a source of information for what we do, from logistical supply to operational effects. Due to the fact that we have now so many sensors, F-35 is a good example, but also frigates, a ship, a submarine, it is a floating data center. Well, the fact that these are generating so much data, we need to be able to act on that data, to analyze it, to come up with the right insights. And that is what changed so fast over the last 5 years. And more we see it now in operations in the Middle East mainly, where the party who can process this data the fastest, in an accurate way, in a secure way, is the party who has the upper hand on the adversary.
Yeah, I stepped into one of the sessions just a little bit ago, and Palantir's Fiona Bradley was talking about how the tools we have are so exquisite now. That was the word she used. We have sensors everywhere. Now the challenge is sense making.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So a tool is one thing. You can have a great dashboard. You can have great AI coming to insights, but it's actually the underlying problem is more deep. So you can have brilliant drones, but the drone is useless if it cannot connect and bring the right data to the right decision maker. So working with Palantir is really a pleasure for us because they bring strong analytical tools, they bring the right data in the hands of the warfighter. But Oracle also has an extremely important position because we offer that space, that infrastructure, allowing data to come together, to be analyzed, to be synthesized, to bring these actual operational insights with tools as the one of Palantir.
One of the other challenges is moving from more of a platform-centric approach to a data-centric approach is that the data exists, in legacy systems. It exists in the modern platforms, but you also have coalition data. What are some of the biggest challenges in connecting all of that?
Well, I think you hit the nail. That is the big problem that we currently face. So all these new systems are generating data, but defense is also working on a lot of legacy systems, old systems, and the data is still often siloed in different places. So When we speak about modernization, we speak about bringing these data to the cloud to make sure that it's accessible in a safe and secure way by everyone, by all the tools that is needed. But that's not easy because it has an impact on the processes, on the acquisition procedures, for example. When we speak now with our partners in defense, with military organizations, their requirements for these data systems are often defined like 10, 15 years ago, when we were not thinking already about AI, about modern technologies, about the volume of data that we need to host. So where we constantly need to focus on is to discuss with our partners, we are living in a different reality. The biggest problem that we currently face is matching the speed of innovation with the speed of acquisition and the requirements.
So talk a little bit about how Oracle is making a difference in solving these challenges.
We solve challenges in many different ways. So first of all, we bring a full suite of solutions from infrastructure to applications to Fusion, which is for human capital or ERP or our solutions. We can focus on supply chain management. So we bring the applications. We have a lot of different deployment models with cloud, from the hyperscale cloud to the isolated cloud on the other end and everything in between, which means that with our infrastructure, we can match the requirements, sovereignty, security, speed that the customer needs for his operations. So we bring the application side, we bring the infrastructure side, but we bring also much more. Oracle always has been a data company. Data is our blood, data is what we do, and data is now the most critical asset in defense. So we bring these data platforms on top of the infrastructure, and we bring now the AI as part of the applications as well as the infrastructure layer as of the data platform. Not just that, I may be too enthusiastic about it, but defense is an industry of industries. So we're discussing now military operations. It's the combat situation that we discuss. Defense is an industry, it's an enterprise. Defense also needs healthcare. Defense needs manufacturing. Defense needs financial, supply chain, and all these solutions as well, because that's critical for military success. And also there, Oracle brings really top-notch solutions for manufacturing or for capability management, supply chain, financial systems. So we can offer the full suite of what is needed to bring defense organizations to the 21st century and ready for the future.
If you look out a year from now, what will separate the most successful defense organizations from everyone else from a data-centric standpoint?
A year is long in defense, and is
And in AI as well.
And at the same time, is extremely short, because a year ago we couldn't imagine the situation that we were confronting with today. We need to bring it all together, and it's not just Oracle. We are excellently placed because we bring all of that, but also with our partners, with our system integrators like Deloitte, who is sponsoring us here, to make sure that our decision makers understand what is the focus and importance. The Minister of Defense was very clear about the importance of data. Palantir brought it also. So the most successful organization is going to be the organization who can bring it all together in an operational system in a secure and sovereign way. And that's going to be of the utmost importance.
All right. Well, we'll be right there playing the game along with everybody else. So
absolutely, and
it's going to be an interesting to fast forward a year and look back and see what we accomplished.
I'll be more than happy to see you again in a year. The team is ready for it. We are ready for it. So thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Bram.